All right, I'm going to go ahead and begin letting people in.
Good evening and welcome everyone. My name is Kathy Beezer and I am the principal of the Advanced Learning Academy. I want to welcome everyone who's joining us via Zoom, those who might be joining us via YouTube and also on our Facebook Live page. Tonight, we're going to share some information with you about what both ninth grade looks like, as well as our entire high school program at ALA. And so we appreciate you being here to learn more about the school, to see if it's a good fit for your family. We're going to go ahead and put into the chat box in the Zoom a link to, I believe, a sign-in, if you want to fill that sign-in out. And then throughout the presentation this evening, you're welcome to pose questions in the chat window of the Zoom that we can respond to, as well as if you are watching via Facebook Live, you can post your questions on Facebook as well, and we'll respond to those. And we always have ample time at the end to answer any specific questions that families have. This is really about helping you make a good decision about ALA and if it's the right fit for you. So I applaud you for being here. You have made a choice to look at all of the high school options that are available to you. And we think we are a great one and offering some really spectacular programming and really reinventing high school. So on that note, I'm going to turn it back over to Miss Stephanie Cash, our assistant principal at ALA. Stephanie?
Thank you, Kathy. Again, guys, welcome, and thank you for taking some time out of your evening to come and learn more about ninth grade at ALA. As Kathy mentioned, we're really proud of the program that we're offering, and we hope that you walk away tonight feeling informed and having your questions answered. As she also mentioned, this evening we are broadcasting via YouTube and Facebook. So you are more than welcome to either have your camera on or off. It's up to you. But we just thank you again for joining us. And we wanted you to know that, again, we will be broadcasting live. So, but we still, throughout the session, invite you to input questions into the chat. At the end, we also will have a time for questions and answers at the end of the session as well. So the nature of our session tonight is going to be, we're going to go over some general slides about what high school at ALA looks like, as well as some ninth grade specific slides. And before we begin, we wanted to just introduce some familiar faces around ALA. So in the next slide here, you'll see some pictures of our leadership team at our Fox Tech campus. So at ALA, we are housed on 2 physical campuses. We have a pre-K through 3rd grade campus, and then we have a 4th through 12th grade campus. They're really in close proximity to each other. But on our 4th through 12th grade campus, we have Ms. Beezer is our network principal. So she oversees both the pre-K through 3rd grade campus and our 4th through 12th grade campus. And Ms. Rivera serves as our associate principal. Mr. Rios and myself serve as assistant principals. And we have Ms. Barber as an operations coordinator, and Ms. Ramos is an administrative intern through Trinity University's leadership program. I'm going to take a moment to allow the people that are here with us tonight to introduce themselves. So as Ms. Beezer said, my name is Stephanie Cash, and I am one of the assistant principals. Ms. Jenkins.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Jenkins, and I'm the program coordinator.
Mr. Rios.
Good evening. My name is Mr. Eddie Rios, and I am one of the assistant principals at ALA Fox Tech.
And then Mr. Maney.
Hi, good evening. My name is Mr. Ryan Maney, and I'm one of the 9th grade teachers at ALA.
And then we also have with us Eddie Rodriguez. He's kind of working behind the scenes this evening, who is our liaison or works with us through the CAST network. And then as you met Ms. Beezer at the beginning, she serves as our principal. So on the screen here, you also see 2 of our counselors. So at our Fox Tech campus, we have 2 counselors. Mr. Jose Sanchez, he works predominantly with 4th through 8th grade, and Mr. Eric Sanchez serves as our lead counselor in 9th through 12th grade. So when we began ALA, this is our 5th year as a school, we asked ourselves what would be things or kind of commitments that we had as a campus as we kind of created something new and created a school that we were kind of hadn't, in our many ways, had not been created before, that was committed to some innovative practices and a student-centered approach to learning. So in our first year, all of the community members, our teachers, our students came together and said, what are these principles going to be? And we came to these 4, which are deeper learning, individuality, flexible design, and connection. So these serve as our design principles and as the foundation for the student experience at ALA. So in deeper learning, what that means to us is that the students' everyday experiences and learning that happens in the classroom is authentic, and it is embedded and rooted in reflection. Individuality, we believe that each student is unique and that their voice is important, and we want to see their purpose and kind of passions kind of enacted through the things that they get to do at ALA. Flexible design, I believe, is something that is really clearly evident in many of the things that we do, and that we're able to offer flexibility and because we are a small campus, not only flexibility in like our schedule, but also flexibility in how we cater to the students' needs. And then connection, I think, is what is most important to us, and that is connecting to our students' lives and connecting their lives and their passions to our teachers and to the community around them. And we know that since we're doing things a little bit differently, in past years, our info sessions have been held on our campus, and our teachers and our parents and families have been able to see the campus in person, but via Zoom, we have a video here to show you tonight that gives you a glimpse of our campus and also introduces you to some of our students. So we'll take a moment now to watch this video.
My name is Kathy Beeser, and I'm the proud principal of the Advanced Learning Academy. While ALA is a pre-K through grade 12 program, here at ALA Fox Tech, we house grades 4th through 12th grade. When you walk into the classrooms, you see students who are engaged in project-based learning, students who are using their critical thinking skills, and students who are pursuing areas of unique interest and passion.
Hi, my name is Emiliano. I'm a freshman at Advanced Learning Academy, and this is our makerspace where we bring design thinking to life with hands-on learning. We use this space to help us showcase what we know, like our knowledge in the PBL. It's a whole new way where you get to research and then build something which is more hands-on. So it's more like, instead of just someone telling you, you kind of legitimately learn what you're using. And it just builds a whole new experience when you get to use your hands to create something that resembles what you just learned.
Hello, my name is Malachi Ramon. I am an 8th grader here at the Advanced Learning Academy. Learning Staircase is used for mass collaboration and flexible teaching. Like if a teacher had to teach a large group of students or like a combined class that we do sometimes, this space would be perfect for it.
Something that makes ALA different is that we are on the same campus as 2 other high schools, Fox Tech and Cass Tech. So we get the opportunity to meet other kids and compete with them in athletics. So I competed in cross country this year, and I got to train with and meet students from Fox Tech and Cass Tech.
Hi, my name is Diego Villegas, and I'm a senior at the Advanced Learning Academy. One thing that is extremely special about the Advanced Learning Academy, and something I don't see that much in other schools that I know is special about the Advanced Learning Academy, is the power of the student voice. The staff and faculty ensure that our voice is heard, and there are plenty of opportunities for us to voice our opinions or disagree with something if we don't like the way that the school is being run.
One of the things that makes ALA so special is that this is a place that prepares students for college, career, and life. Thank you for your interest in ALA. We look forward to welcoming you to our community.
So I'm going to speak a little bit about our partnership with the CAS Network. So the CAS Network is a network of like-minded schools. And at ALA, we really believe in the power of partnerships, which really helps make our classroom stronger and makes our teaching stronger. And it helps bring a lot of resources into our classrooms. The CAS Network helps connect us to an advisory board of industry professionals, as well as helps assist us with summer programming and connect us to a network of other like-minded schools. In addition, the CAS Network helps us with internships and mentorship opportunities.
So I have the pleasure of talking about what is it really like on a day-to-day basis for our ninth grade students from the perspective of a ninth grade teacher. So again, my name is Ryan Maney. I'm one of the ninth grade teachers at ALA. And then really when we as a ninth grade team meet together and discuss what do we want the learning to look like for our students, it's always looking at through the lens of our community. And so that can be described as a global design focus. But what our students will experience is not learning in silos of content. So something you might see in a normal high school setting would be, I have my biology time here and then my math time is at a later date. That's not how we arrange our learning for our students. We want to have our students be able to make connections between content because we think that helps them answer that question of why do I need to know this? So then once they get exploring into that, okay, well, why do I need to know this? We really want to empower our students. I think Diego in that video did a great job of explaining it, that the student voice is extremely important. And in ninth grade, we work on giving them the tools to make sure that their voice is heard loud and clear with a deep level of understanding. So we do that through lots of projects that can be more at our school community and our local level. And then also, how does that connect into a national picture and even making connections globally? This year, our students had the opportunity to do a project where we're collaborating with students in Shanghai, China virtually. So taking where we started with something that was an issue to our local community, then how does that even connect on a global level? That goes along with the pieces that come in that is you're going to come up with some problems that are extremely complex. And so you have to think quite creatively, which is where project-based learning is one of the instructional frameworks that we focus on in ninth grade, as well as all of high school at ALA. So again, that's an interdisciplinary manner of looking at the way students can learn. And like Emiliano explained, I'm the design teacher. So I'm the teacher who gets to have the fortune of running that makerspace. We want students to get their hands on the learning. That could be anywhere from students interviewing our elementary peers down at Euclid to understand what did they need for social distancing lunch and building out picnic tables, to students designing digital posters explaining the need for social distancing and other safety measures during the pandemic. So what some other examples that we've had are as we go farther up or is like seeing cross connections between geometry, physics, and then even just exploring ourselves and developing those tools necessary to be successful. So for us, project-based learning is a core component of not just ninth grade, but all of high school at ALA. So if I was to really describe what it was like as for a ninth grade student, these are some of the key pieces that we offer to our incoming freshmen. And it really begins as soon as they finish eighth grade. We're onboarding them in the summer. We use peers who, like this past summer, we had 10th graders who are our peers who helped run our onboarding camp. So our goal is to make our incoming ninth graders feel as confident and connected as possible in our ALA community. Like I mentioned, that all students begin their high school experience with a design course, which is what I teach. So that's where we get to really focus on how can we integrate what we're learning in our other subjects and then start to apply that global design into the framework of what learning for students is at ALA. Again, we're still focused on PBL. Some after school club things that we're trying this year is that how do we combine hands-on learning, student voice, and global design? And one cool thing that we've seen is we have a little startup club called Makers with a Purpose, but it's been great where students basically come to us. They come to me after school and they will throw out an idea. We had a student who's actually a senior this year who's working through the design process to come up with a way to make sure that every student in San Antonio ISD knows their rights under the Student Bill of Rights and what that really means. Another student is working on putting a little free library in their community. So that Makers with a Purpose is just a chance for students to see that learning is not confined to Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 with a 30-minute lunch break. But for us at ALA, learning is a lifelong process. One of the things we also do in our schedule is we build in flexibility. And so we'll talk about that as we go into this. I will give you this disclaimer as Ms. Jenkins goes to my last slide. I have a background in STEM education, and I'm all about this deeper learning. And I heard about ALA 3 years ago as an educator. And now that I'm here, I cannot think of a better place for an educator. And I have my own children in school as well. And just seeing their excitement down at Euclid. So I'll put in my plug there too. But I will say that our high school experience is like none that I've ever seen before. If I had to sum it up in one sentence for students, it would be that students have the ability to be empowered. And that's not just a buzzword that's thrown around. That's really at the heart of what we want our students to feel and to be able to do. But yeah, we still have prom, we do homecoming, we have pep rallies, and we still have standardized testing that we're getting ready for. And we, as teachers, still like to break down data and make spreadsheets to help students with that. We definitely still have athletics. As a former athletic coach, like I love to cheer on my student athletes. Tons of electives, but you'll see in a later slide, some of those electives aren't quite the same. And we still give out report cards and those grades that you might see at a traditional high school. But what you will not find at ALA is a one size fits all. We individualize instruction as much as possible, and we want students to be co-partners in that learning, that individualization, as well as the parents. We take standardized tests, we don't focus on them. We trust that if we're going deeper into content, then a high stakes test is no big deal. And that's just another way for our students to show that they learned it, but our focus is a lot bigger than that and a lot more long-term of learning for our students. You won't find tackle football. As a Northwest Texas guy, that was a little tough, but it's okay. We still find ways to get our sports in. But what you won't find is a student who feels lost. I feel like every student, because of the size of our campus and just the culture and community, that students have people, whether it's an adult, a teacher, or another peer, that they feel that they can go to and that will advocate for them.
So I'm going to speak a little bit about the travel experiences at ALA, which is really something that makes learning at ALA special and pretty extraordinary. Along with the local field trips that we get to take just to like the museums and the different places in San Antonio, we also make a large effort to take field trips outside of the city and outside of the state to ensure that the learning that takes place in the classroom doesn't stay in the classroom and that it really goes beyond the walls of the school. So some examples of those trips is the Alabama Civil Rights trip. A ninth grade, they take a climate change trip to Corpus Christi to learn about how climate change impacts the environment. We have the theater program that goes to Broadway, and then also the seniors go to Washington, D.C. to meet with different congressmen and senators and different nonprofits to talk about passions that they're interested in that they've also studied in class. So field trips it's not like field trips may be at a traditional school. Like it's not just something that you do on Friday to get out of the classroom. Like it's a way, it's a vehicle for learning and a way to take the learning much deeper and a way to explore students' passions.
So I know that one question or one concern as a parent is you're asking as you're choosing a high school for your student, or you're wanting to know how is this school going to prepare them for college, which is very important. So at ALA College Preparation, in addition to like the traditional ways in which we're preparing students, which is through constant feedback and through instruction and through quality instruction, there are some very specific ways in which we feel we're preparing students. One of those is we offer a college-bound advisor that works with our students. So what that college-bound advisor does, and Ms. Jenkins can speak to this also in more detail as she talks about internships and mentorships later, but essentially they work with those students at an early age to determine like kind of what are they interested in, how are you going to prepare them, and how are they going to apply for scholarships and get into the college of their choice. We also offer college coaches for every senior. So what that college coach does is that they work with that senior individually in the same way, kind of working in conjunction with that college-bound advisor to make sure that that student feels supported as they're filling out applications, that we know that that senior year can kind of be overwhelming and stressful, and that college coach acts kind of as an extra support system. One thing that is seen pre-K through 12th grade on our campus is an emphasis on revision and iteration. What that means is that instead of students kind of having this mindset of I accomplished something or I did an assignment and it's good enough and I'm done, we try to instill in them that we all have room for improvement and room for growth when it comes to instruction and just in life. And so we feel that our seniors walk away with that mindset, and that's something that greatly benefits them as they enter college. And overall, this idea in our projects is of quality work versus simply getting it done. And I think through project-based learning, we offer an emphasis on critical thinking and problem-solving skills, creative thinking that really does set them apart as they enter into college. And we're going to talk here in a minute. You'll also hear from our lead counselor about the types of courses that we offer. So we offer a variety of courses, so dual credit, AP, and on-ramps. And in those courses, students are walking away with college credit. And also, because one of the things that we feel that we offer that helps students as well is this individualized approach. So students, our lead counselor works really individually with kids to create a schedule that works for them. And so that they walk away feeling prepared and feeling like the credits that they have will help them as they enter into college. So on the screen here, you see the array of courses that we offer. These are not necessarily all the courses. These are just our on-ramps, dual credit, and AP. And we're going to hear from our lead counselor as he explains kind of the difference between these and what the benefit of taking these at ALA might be.
Right now, we have around, I want to say 18 courses that you can really realistically get a college credit from. We have 3 different approaches to getting that college credit. The first of which is some of our AP classes. You'll see AP courses in this high school, other high schools. I mean, AP courses are pretty well known. What we're trying to build we're going beyond just your traditional AP English, AP math courses. Some of our courses are AP Research, AP Seminar, AP Environmental Sciences. The unique thing about AP courses is the flexibility on how you get those college credits from one college to another. So while you might pass environmental science AP exam and it counts for 3 credits at UT Austin, it may count for 9 credits at I don't know, University of Wisconsin or something like that. It just varies from college to college. So there's a lot of flexibility on how many college credits you'll get through the AP route. The other route we have is with our on-ramps courses. On-ramps courses are going to be through UT Austin. We're increasing the number of courses that we have as we grow as a campus. Right now we have we have on-ramps chemistry, on-ramps stats, on-ramps rhetoric. These courses allow you, again, that keyword flexibility to not only get the credit through UT Austin, but through ALA. And what that looks like is you'll get your 3 credits that meet your Texas State requirements here while still accumulating credits from UT Austin. One of the other ways that we have are through our traditional dual credit courses. So we partnered with Alamo Community College districts for some of our foreign language courses. And what that looks like is on campus, our teachers are the ones that teach that course. So we have two great teachers, so we have a strong department that really is able to work with you or your child to make sure that they're progressing through these dual credit courses. I think the benefits of that is unlike an early college or other type of campuses, you're going to have direct contact with that teacher here, since our teachers are teaching that dual credit course. At a early college campus, what that might look like is there's going to be a liaison between you and the professor. So you won't ever really have any true contact with the professor directly to see what your child's progress is like. This, along with the additional support we have in our schedule, gives our students it gives them a lot of opportunities to really focus on their dual credit courses here. One of the benefits, a good example is our Spanish dual credit courses. This gives them up to 12 college credit hours, I believe, so that they wouldn't have to take that foreign language requirements in most at most state universities. That's a huge benefit. It's not only cost saving, but it allows you to move more directly into whatever your major is going to be. Some of those courses that are going to be required rather than doing some core completion courses your freshman year. So like I said, it saves money, but it also helps you progress a lot faster to graduate from college. And you're able to see what the rigor is like at those college courses. It's the support we have here, I think, really benefits the student so that they see what it looks like without just being thrown directly into a college course after they graduate.
So I'm going to speak a little bit about internships. So we've spoken a lot about how ALA values individuality and we don't have a one-size-fits-all approach. And that's really shown in our internship program. Whenever students are in high school, I have a conference with them and we talk about what they're passionate about or what they think they may want to major in college. And based on that conversation, the student and I will come up with some options of potential things that they may want to, some potential places where they may want to be an intern, and we will pursue those options. So we've had students be interns in a large variety of places. So here's a complete list. Granted, we've only had 3 graduating classes so far, but as you can see, this is a wide array of places where we've had students be interns, and that really reflects how we value students' wide array of interests. So we don't think that a student is going to come into us in their 8th grade or 9th grade year and know like a specific pathway that they're going to want for the rest of their high school career. So we honor that their interests may change, and we honor that they may be interested in quite a few things. For example, I've had a student who, he's now a senior. Last year, he was so excited about being an architect, and he was an intern at an architecture firm, and now he is so excited about working at San Antonio's International Relations Department, and he is so excited about international relations. And he was a fantastic intern at both of those places. And I know that he learned valuable skills at both of those places and will be able to have like a great resume already that he's going to be able to take to college to build on. Next is our mentorship program, which is a really special program that we have at ALA that helps both the younger students and the older students, because it's a peer mentorship program, develop the social emotional skills and leadership skills. So we partner with UTSA on this program. So UTSA, and there's a UTSA professor and a UTSA grad student who meets with our students once a week, and they have like a leadership cohort, and they'll talk with the high school mentors about what it means to be a good mentor and what it means to be a good leader and how to help someone if they're having problems, either if it's their mentee or maybe a peer. So the mentors are able to take those skills and work with their mentees if they're having issues in their class, or just help them to be a good friend. And we've had some really great success stories from this. Some some of the mentees, have had some social-emotional issues, especially this year, given how we've been in remote learning. And we've had, you could see in this picture here, this mentor and mentee have built a fantastic relationship, and it's really helped both of them, honestly, to thrive at school, and just help both of them with developing coping skills throughout this time.
Hi, my name is Eddie Rios again, and I'm going to talk to you about the other things that also happen at ALA Fox Tech, right? And these are sometimes the things that a lot of the students are most interested in, and that is sports and electives, the fun class, the toy section of education. First off, we'd like to just highlight the different sports that are offered, especially for our high school students. We do offer both female and male sports. Like earlier said, the one thing that we don't offer is tackle football, but as you can see, we do offer swimming, diving, volleyball, all the traditional sports you would see at a comprehensive high school. I can say that we do have students that participate from all 3 different schools that are on our campus. So this is where it really brings the 3 different school communities together, and we are under the umbrella of Fox Tech athletics. Now, we have had some of our ALA students really compete at high levels around the city and state. So I know recently we have had some students even break records in diving and swimming. So we're very proud of those students. The next slide that I'll be talking about is our electives, right? And those are all the traditional classes that you would remember from high school and middle school, which is band, mariachi, art, theater arts, all of those classes that kids really get up in the morning and they just love to go to. A lot of times those are also big incentives for them to get all those classes passing so they can be eligible and participate and compete with their different electives. Now, ALA also is very innovative with our own of the electives that we offer. We offer really cool classes that get students credit in on their overall transcripts, such as slam poetry, Model UN, where they go and they participate in the Model UN at Trinity University. We have our global change makers, where students are coming together to solve problems in and around the city, and just overall global community. We have creative writing. Explore San Antonio is probably one of the coolest classes you'll see, where students are learning about the history and different locations of San Antonio. I mean, every day is a field trip pretty much. And what they really get to do is they take, we talked about going out and doing all of these field experiences to Alabama and to Washington, but we're also doing that on a daily basis at our school, where they're going to the Riverwalk, they're going to different historical landmarks, learning about their city, learning about the culture of San Antonio, and at the same time, writing about it, reading about it, and not, diving deeper into it. We offer the traditional Spanish courses. We offer current events, which is always, keeping our students up to date with what's going on in and around the world. We have African American studies and Mexican American studies. Moving forward, just to kind of highlight some of our big programs that we have here. This is our mariachi program. You can see the mariachi classroom, the mariachi rehearsal space. We're very proud of the mariachi program at Fox Tech at ALA. It is one of the oldest programs in the state, actually in the country. Our teacher, Mr. Samaripa and Ms. Covarrubias, are very, very, very successful teachers and performers in their own right. They've performed all over the world. I mean, we've had Ms. Covarrubias perform in Europe. We've had Mr. Samaripa perform all over the country and travel abroad. They bring a wealth of knowledge, and our students have gone and placed at the local level, the regional level, and the state level. And we even have one of their Fox Tech students competing this year at the National Mariachi Vargas Vocal Competition. So very, very strong program with a rich history. Our studio, now getting familiar with ALA language, you'll hear them say studio classes. That means electives. And this is our theater. If you see the pictures here, we solve the problem of not having a traditional theater space, like an auditorium. So they've converted an entire classroom, this hall space, which was traditionally a band hall, and they've made it into a functioning theater where the students are designing the sets, they are making the sets. I mean, the kind of tools and equipment that you see in Makerspace are also in the theater room, and all the sets are designed. They put on major productions throughout the year, a fall musical, as well as the UIL one-act plays in the spring semester. I can also tell you that they were very innovative in all of this, crazy pandemic COVID learning time, and they were able to put a production that was completely virtual, where students were performing either in person or virtually through Zoom, and then they put that all together and were able to perform that on video. So our theater teachers have done amazing things with our students, and this involves our students all the way from our Euclid campus, our little ones, all the way to our seniors. Our next class is going to be our band, and they have a traditional band where they do participate in concert band setting and also marching band. Our band program, which recently was, well, last year they participated in the, well, I'm sorry, the year before that, because last year was crazy, but they participated in the Fiesta Battle of the Bands, the night parade, the day parade. They also have performed at pep rallies and various performances at the school for families and parents. Our band director, Dr. Hinojosa, is one of the most successful band directors in SAISD. His bands have consistently made it to, again, regional, area, and state level competitions. And we've even had students who have placed in the region band during this pandemic time. And our dance program. Our dance program involves students learning traditional dance, modern dance, and also the classes that we're used to seeing where they're doing a POM class, which is where they're learning the POM routines that you would see like on dance teams. They have done cheerleading in the past. They also do competitions and camps throughout the year, summer, where students are able to go to either like Texas State University or other places like that, so that way they can get instruction and feedback from dance professionals in and around the state. Our art studio is something that we're also very proud of. They take art to another level where they're either designing really, really cool projects such as skateboards. They have done fashion shows where students are designing their own clothing line, as well as a traditional, painting, clay modeling, and all those other traditional disciplines. Here you can see some of our exhibits that we've had from some of our student showcases. Mr. McQuillan has done some really, really, really amazing projects with our students.
So I get to talk about our space where we really introduce ninth graders to this hands-on learning, and that's in the maker space. So that's actually my classroom that we just opened right after Thanksgiving. It already looks a little more used, which is great. So we've had students in there completing projects. The maker space is actually 2 rooms. So this room that you're looking at is what we call more of our wood shop type room. So we have everything in there from a miter saw, table saw, to a laser engraver and planer, and 6 3D printers. If you go through the window, you can kind of see at the back of that picture, that's where we have a computer lab that's outfitted with Adobe Photoshop suite, everything needed for any type of digital design or other virtual design options. So I was looking in the chat, and one of the things that we do in our design classes in 9th grade for Design 1 is we expose students to everything in the makerspace, all the tools, and then we ask them, what can we do with these tools? So it's not just learning the tool, but learning the purpose behind it and how you can use that to really make an impact. From there, then Tiffany, Miss Jenkins and I begin to work together and say, now that a student has identified maybe a passion, how can we drive that either towards a college or career route? So we've made sure that our makerspace is outfitted with tools that give them a true foundational knowledge, or if they want to take what would be considered an industry certification, to be Adobe Photoshop certified. That way, when they're a junior or senior, they can go do an internship that would let them use that skill. So that's some of the ways that we use the makerspace to leave those doors open of learning for our students. The next one, our 9th graders said we had to leave on here, was the playground. But it really is a very cool space in that it's flexible enough to work from our fourth graders, and then our high schoolers love it as well. So you got a zip line, but I think the great part that our high schoolers like is there's a nice track. And so they really enjoy getting that time to socially distance, but have that social time out here and kind of build those relationships that way. But they definitely want to make sure there's a playground plug.
Also, a few years ago, whenever the school was still being, well, we're still being renovated, but whenever in phase 1 of renovation, the makerspace students actually got to design this playground, and they used the input from the younger students to decide like what they wanted in a playground. So that was a pretty neat aspect, that now our seniors were the students who got to design this playground.
So we have some upcoming info sessions, more virtual info sessions that we wanted to just kind of inform you of. This does bring us to the end of our informational slides, just giving you a glimpse of our campus and the offerings that we have. So we thank you for taking time out of your evening to spend with us. And we're going to move into a time for Q&A, but we wanted to highlight the upcoming info session. So on Tuesday, we'll have another info session, just a duplicate of this one, so specifically for 9th grade. So if you know of other families or other students that are looking for a high school, or kind of trying to make that decision about where to place their student for 9th grade, then please tell them about our session that we'll be hosting, the same Zoom link. And again, that's next Tuesday at 10 a.m. We also will be offering one in the evening on January 20th. That's at 6 p.m. That one will be kind of more general. That one's open to 4th through 12th grade families that are applying to ALA or that are interested in ALA. But we also want to invite you to that one as well, in case you have other grade levels that you'd like to hear more about. If you have specific questions and maybe you need to leave for the evening, or maybe would prefer to ask those questions via email, please feel free to email me. My name again is Stephanie Cash, and I work with our recruitment and enrollment process at ALA. So I'll place my email in the chat, but it's there. So my email is scash1@saisd.net. And again, please feel free to email me with the questions that you might have.
And one of the questions that we had from Facebook, Ms. Cash, someone asked on Facebook, are academics being restructured in any way to compensate for the rough year that some students may have had? I think one of the design principles that was referenced at the beginning was this idea of individuality and meeting kids where they're at. I think we know as educators all across the United States that students have had a challenging year, and we've all had a challenging year. And so what we're going to do is provide the level of support that students need to be successful. And we know that that may look different from student to student. And that's really our commitment to students and to families, is to meet children where they're at and to give them a wide levels of support to help them succeed. And so there kind of an added question on that was about kind of, as a mom of an ADHD child, what accommodations are available to meet their educational needs. So for any students with ADHD or other challenges potentially, we have students who have 504 plans. Students do receive special education services who qualify at ALA as well. So all of those things are similar to other educational settings. And I will say our teachers really go above and beyond to offer support to students through tutoring and office hours, through Saturday schools, and treat them as the unique, young, emerging individuals that they are.
Thank you, Ms. Beezer. So at this point, I'm going to say goodbye to our viewers on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for taking some time out of your evening. And we hope that you've learned a little bit more about ALA and our 9th grade program. So again, thank you for taking some time to join us. We're going to stay on for everyone else. And